Colorado's mandatory reporting law is intended to protect vulnerable populations from exploitation. To help you understand the law, you need to understand the vulnerability of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, what constitutes exploitation of people with IDD, the role of capacity to self-determine the lives of people with IDD, and that victims with intellectual and developmental disabilities are afforded the same rights as other victims.
Hi, Officer Laura. Thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate you taking some time to talk with me. I have some concerns with some of our customers who have intellectual and developmental disabilities, and I wanted to run some things past you. They rely on others so much for their basic needs: bathing, eating, shopping, transportation, and banking, financial management. And sometimes I feel that they are the most vulnerable to exploitation.
Exploitation of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities may include sexual or labor exploitation, such as trafficking, and financial exploitation, which also may include benefits trafficking.
And I know by law I'm supposed to contact law enforcement for, if I suspect exploitation or I know there's exploitation going on with one of my customers. And just reporting it to my supervisor is not enough. So I wanted to talk to you about that, about a situation I had yesterday. I have a customer who has Down syndrome, and she came in to cash her check, and she seemed a little nervous and a little anxious. And I went ahead and cashed her check for her, and when she walked away, she went back to her, and I assume it's her staff person. And the staff person said, you need to give me some money, remember? And then told her, remember our little secret. And that made me a little uncomfortable, and I can tell she was uncomfortable with that also.
A report of suspected exploitation should include as much information as possible, including the name, age, and address of the at-risk adult with IDD, the caregiver if there is one, and the person reporting. The report should also include the name of the alleged perpetrator, as well as the nature of the exploitation and any other relevant information. A person with an IDD has the same right as any individual to determine who does his or her banking and how he or she spends financial resources, including government benefits. People with IDD also have the right to select their sexual partners and employment situations. The teller in this scenario is reporting suspected financial exploitation for law enforcement to investigate. If you suspect exploitation may be occurring, report it.
So if our customer that has IDD is being threatened and exploited, they're going to need some help to get out of the situation. What's the process? Who can we turn to help them?
I will forward our completed police report onto our Special Victims Unit. They review all of our cases pertaining to at-risk individuals and persons with IDD. At that point, they'll determine if they believe there is a crime taking place or has taken place. All victims in the state of Colorado would be eligible for our Victim Services Unit. There is potential for restitution. Also, they can help plug the victim into various resources throughout the community.
To recap, people with IDD are especially vulnerable to sexual, financial, labor, entertainment, and benefits exploitation. Like all people, those with IDD should be able to spend their money and time as they wish. People with IDD are capable of self-determination, that is, making their own life choices. Victims who have an IDD, like all victims, are covered under the Victims' Rights Act.